What's up, everybody? Making sure everything works okay. Making sure I got site streaming. You can hear me. Looking at the levels, everything seems to be working okay. Welcome everybody to Tua Tuesday, the original, often imitated, never duplicated Tua Tuesday. I know we only got an hour or so, but we got a lot to talk about. I mean, we got a lot to jam in here. I mean, if you saw the game Sunday and you saw everything after that, you know there's a crap load to talk about. I'm not going to try and be so redundant. Just going to pick out some points that I want you guys to take a look at. It was just one incredible win. In all my years of watching football and all my years of playing football, I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen one team destroy another team, even with their second and possibly third. Yeah, because Chris Brooks got in, and Chris Brooks is, Raheem. If Jeff Wilson was there, Achan. His name is now Achan. It is no longer Achan. Salvin Ahmed. So Chris Brooks was like a fourth or fifth string guy in there and just running people over. Mike White gets in the game and tosses a giant bomb halo to Robbie Chosen, and there's nobody around him. That team, by the time the fourth quarter came around, was just waving white flags. We're done. We're completely done. We don't have anything left, and it was just crazy. So as we do, what's up, everybody? As we do every Tuesday, giving you guys the update. It's really slowed down here in terms of the TUA Foundation and what they've been able to do. Looks like they've only done like 2,000 since we last checked in. It is now up to $110,152. I understand they gave like already $108,000 to the Maui Foundation and people over there, Red Cross, to distribute the money. Not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. Everybody knows what's needed. Again, if you can donate, there's the link for you to go ahead and donate. justgiving.com/page/Tua for Hawaii. And if you can't donate or you've already donated, then please, by all means, just go ahead and share the link so some people can get some much needed help over in Maui. I saw this program on the news where they had just given out something like $20 million to a bunch of different families, and it came out to each family was getting $12,000. I can't imagine how you rebuild your life with $12,000, but you get the big $700 from the government. $700. Meanwhile, now I'm not going to get political. We got too much to talk about. So let's start I got here in my notes. I want to thank you all for tuning in.
Come on, show some love and click that like button.
I greatly appreciate it. We are blowing numbers away. I haven't seen these kind of numbers since I've done this channel. By the end of September, in 4 days, we're probably going to break, which isn't a lot compared to some YouTube channels. Some YouTube channels with big name people do millions and millions and millions of views. But we're going to break 1.5 million views here in September. We are at least 3 to 4 times more views than even the closest dolphin-oriented channel. Just completely blew everybody away. Some of these guys have been doing it for 5-6 years. Our subscribers, that's even bigger. I mean, we're gaining 250 people per day, every single day. These guys are getting 20, 25. I've never imagined that because of what we do here. And what, I know I have a lot of people who don't like what I say, but obviously I have a lot of people who do. And it's usually you guys as the core. And I want to thank you profusely. It just blows me away. My wife and I look at the numbers. I'm like, can you believe this? I'm like, no. I'm going to give you, if you have a YouTube channel, I'm going to give you one of my secrets. I'll give you one of my secrets. When you do YouTube, people who only talk about stuff today tomorrow, Saturday, or Sunday. That stuff expires. That stuff after Sunday's game, if you've talked about Sunday's game, there's not a whole lot of people looking for information on Sunday's game. So what do you do Monday through the rest of the week? And what we do here is I try to tell stories. Some people like the stories, some people don't like the stories, but it's more of an evergreen style of content so that 3 weeks from now, you could go back and look at one of my videos and it hasn't aged. So that's what the difference is. So if you got a YouTube channel that you're trying to grow, one of my secrets for growing a YouTube channel, I'm just going to give this away for free, is try not to put as much expiring content out there if you can help it. What I mean by expiring is after it's done, it has no use for anybody. There's some guys out there that may get great numbers on Sunday night, but a month from now, people aren't even looking at that video. Nobody wants to see it. It's like stale milk. The idea behind what I do and seems to be something you guys like is talk about things that actually people will look at months from now, a year from now. That's just my freebie. So jumping into it, before we begin, let me go ahead and start talking to some of you guys. And since we did say thank you, and
come on, show some love and click that like button.
Let me get some comments on what some of you guys have already been talking. Barry, they had 20 points, bro. Yeah, but you know what? The Dolphins had 70. Great advice. Thank you, Ty. Like I said, that's free. If you got a channel, do some of that. JJ King says, you're welcome, my brother. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for watching. Hello, Brian Perkins. What's going on, brother? Paul Carroll, could it be possible? I mean, hear me out. Is it possible that we could go all the way like the 72 team? Good question. Possible? Of course. Of course it's possible. Probable? Nah, there's too many things that can happen. Too many hiccups in the road. Too many injuries that are going to occur. But is it possible? Absolutely it's possible. I don't think anybody can say, no, that could never happen. No, I think this year they may pop the cork on the champagne a lot later than they're used to. At least we can make them sweat. Make those 72 guys sweat just a little bit. Bear, I hope the weather is nice on Sunday playing the Bills. Oh, okay, so you brought that up. Oftentimes when you see some of my videos, you may see the background and the lighting will change on its own. I don't have any magic button here. I've got a skylight off to my upper left here. And in the skylight, certain times of day, it's beautiful, bright and sunny coming in. And then on some days, it'll change during the time that I'm recording the video because the sun goes away and clouds show up. Luckily, today it's pretty even because it's been raining. It's going to rain. So, it's going to be rainy here in South Florida. I haven't checked the weather condition for up in Buffalo when the team heads north to Orchard Park, but thank God they're out of here. Because it's going to be raining. I mean, when I say raining, they're talking about a deluge in South Florida. So that's one thing that could definitely slow this offense down. Don't ever hear a lot of people talking about that. And when they're talking about the 4x100 track team that the Miami Dolphins put on the field, oh, Mother Nature is probably the one big obstacle. Just gotta bring it up there. But since they're not here this weekend, who cares? Who cares? That 70 show was definitely full effect. What's up, Tom? My buddy Tom says that Sunday in Buffalo is mid-70s and sunny. Perfect weather for a football game. Vipey says, good thing most of our home games are towards the end of the season. Absolutely right. Kenneth, a lot of people are like this. I just don't know what to think. I don't know how to behave. I mean, it was just crazy. I was going to play a snippet of what I had said earlier in the week because I said, nah, don't bother, don't waste the time. Where I said, this game could be a spank-ass game because of what Sean Payton had said, what the guys in Denver had said about Butch Barry, what some of these people who said about Vic Fangio, and I said, this might be one where they could open up a wound. No way I would know, But whew, did they open up a wound? They opened up a wound big time and then poured salt all over it. Man, what a game. So let's get to that game. So what I'm going to go to first here is the records. And some of these records I didn't even know. And there's probably one record some people were talking about that you may not know. So let's see here. What do we got for records? Let me pull this up. Boom. Dolphins broke or tied 13 records, and there's actually 14. There's one not on here. They broke 13 records. Most points in a game in team history. Most touchdowns in a game in team history. Most total yards in a game in team history, 726. Most rushing yards in a game in team history, 350. Most points scored in the second half of a game in team history, they tied a record of 35. Most points after a touchdown in a game, 10. Now you go on individual records. Most touchdowns in a game by a rookie, 4 by Devon Achan. Most points scored in the game, 24 by both Raheem Mostert and Devon Achan. 4 touchdowns each for 6 points each. Most touchdowns in a game, 4 by Raheem and Devon. Most rushing yards in a game by a rookie, 203 by Devon. I'm going to stop there for a second because I got to interject. Also, in addition to 203 yards rushing, that's an amazing 11.3 yards per carry. That has to be a record, and it wasn't put on there. I think people missed that one. 11.3 yards per carry. That's mind-boggling. We're not talking about a quarterback scrambling. We're not talking about a couple runs. He had 18 carries. He ran for 11.3 yards per carry. Unreal. All right, we'll continue here. Most passing yards through 3 games in Dolphins history, Tua with 1,024. Most receiving yards through 3 games in Dolphins history, 412 with Tyreek. Most PATs in the game, 10, Jason Sanders. And there's one record that's not listed on here. I'm sure some of you guys heard it. I was blown away when I heard it. You want to hear this record? In addition to Tua busting out and doing 1,024 yards in the first 3 games, most yards in franchise history, and that includes Dan Marino, obviously. He's the first quarterback in history, let me make sure I say this right, to throw 2 left-handed touchdowns and 2 right-handed touchdowns. Those 2 shovel passes he threw with his right hand, those went out like that, boom, and those are considered touchdown passes. So he threw with his left, and then he threw with his right. Only quarterback in history to throw 2 touchdowns with his left hand and 2 touchdowns with his right. I don't even know if they've charted that before. I don't know if the people knew that was a record, but it's definitely a record. So it was a record-breaking day, record-breaking performance by a number of players. I mean, it was just too many to mention, but once you read all that, there are so many players that just performed up here. And I'm sure if you dug, you would find another one. I mean, maybe the throw by Mike White to Robbie Chosen was a record for a second team. I don't know, but that they just kept coming. It was just one wave after the other. When we were watching the game Sunday, if you were here, we got to a point where it was fun, then it got boring, and then it was, oh shit, look what's happening fun again, where we thought the record was going to get broken, but Mike took the high road, was very magnanimous about it, and decided not to kick the field goal, which I do agree with. At the time I didn't, but I agree with it for a reason that other people weren't saying. I heard like maybe 2 or 3 people say it. One, you know, what Mike said, the karma, you don't want to rub it in because you could be on the other end coming back. 2, and I think this is really, really big, is you would have put Jason Sanders in a really, really bad situation. If he kicks it, yes, the record is broken. If he misses it, can you imagine the pressure on him, knowing that an NFL historical record was on his shoulders and you blew it? and what that could have meant to his psyche after he already made 10, kicks, extra points. So with that, I do agree it was a good decision. So let me ask you guys. You guys have any feeling on going for that extra field goal? Barry, we need to strike first and play lights out this weekend. This weekend, I always say that I never make any predictions. I would put my wallet on the table. I would bet everything I have the Miami Dolphins will not score 70 points this weekend. That's it. There's my prediction for the week. The Miami Dolphins will not score 70 points. Ain't no way in hell they scoring 70 points. That's not really much of a stretch. Obviously, Buffalo is much better than the Denver Broncos. But let me just put that out there. They're not going to score 70 points, so don't get your heart up. It ain't happening. I stand really strong. However, if I was a betting man, I would definitely take the over this weekend. I would definitely take the over. This Buffalo Bills team is not the Denver Broncos team. The Miami Dolphins team still shows up. But this is going to look more like, in my estimation, more like the Chargers game than it will the Broncos game. I think it's going to be a shootout. I just think that what we've seen, this defense is going to have a really hard time stopping Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, James Cook, all their studs that they have. But I also think the Buffalo Bills are going to have a hard time stopping Tyreek. Hopefully, Jalen's back. Of course, Tua. So this could be a 40-45 game we're going to see this weekend. It's slugfest. I'm anticipating and hoping for a slugfest. That would just be fun to watch, provided the Dolphins end up scoring more points than their opponent. But from what we've seen of this defense, Justin Herbert is not Josh Allen. Mac Jones definitely ain't Josh Allen. And Russell Williams, he's one step into the unemployment line. He ain't Josh Allen. So this could be a shootout. Let me know what you guys think. Yes, Miami has 2 QBs in the Hall of Fame. You're talking about Marino and Bob Greasy. Jeffrey Hanshaw, great move by McDaniels with the good karma. Yep, I believe that. I need to see the offense and all. Wait a minute. I need to see this offense and all the motions in Madden. They can't keep up with McDaniels. Now I can't. When he, if you guys were watching Sunday, when he did that shovel pass, I was like, whoa, what the hell was that? Where'd that come from? And what I find funny about that is, just imagine this: all these guys that pontificate and talk and go down to practice, all the news writers. How did Mike hide them practicing that? Nobody talked about it. And they would have said, oh, they look good in practice today. They tried out this new shot. He must have waited until it was cleared out. It was closed practice, and they went in and practiced this play. And I've got a sound clip of Tua. I got a good portion of his press conference, and what I always have to do, because, oh my God, it sucks, I had to download the press conference, do some sound editing on it so you can actually hear what people are saying and what Tua says about that shovel pass. That shovel pass was just sick. And then they ran it again. And what might be funny is that might have been just for that one game until later in the season. He may not even try it later against the Bills, but the Bills don't know that, so now you've got a game plan for it, and that's just put it in your head there. Yeah, absolutely. Teddy did that shovel pass last year against the Bengals. Nope, I did not know that. Thank you for saying that. Herbert's arrow still going up. Allen has stopped developing. We'll see Sunday. We'll definitely see Sunday. Rodney J says, Allen 29 for 41, 236, 3 interceptions against the Jets. Yeah, but he, this is one thing. You're right, Josh. Josh Allen will probably be running for his life if AVG, Jalen, and kind of, I don't know how you guys feel, but I'm kind of on Bradley Chubb. Man, Bradley, I mean, Jalen, he's been hurt with that oblique muscle. AVG's been playing lights out, but I'm not that impressed with Bradley Chubb. Are you guys impressed with Bradley Chubb? I mean, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. Let me see here. Wow, David, thank you very, very much. Let me I'd give Jason a check ticket. We need to know how he acts under pressure. Oh, that would have been pressure. But thank you. Just to let you know, when I get these kind of things, those of you who have been here before, I'm giving away, I got a sponsor that's giving away gift certificates and things of this nature, but we're getting ready to do a massive, I can take a second here and announce this. Last year, I did it. It went over extremely well. I had over 1,200 people sign up, and a kid and his father who had never been to a Dolphins game got to go see a game. We're going to give away tickets to the Halloween game, which, who's the Halloween game? I think it's Patriots. October 29th. October 29th, we're going to give away tickets to the Patriots game. And I got something set up. I told you guys all of it. Let me make you check this out. Check that out. You can feel free to text me now if you're interested in it. I'll be able to check your text after I get off the air. But that's the text number that I'm going to be using during Sunday's game for people to enter to win the Buffalo Wild Wings tickets. It's so cool the way I've got it set up. I can actually have a dashboard and do everything. Obviously, that's not my phone because the other one was my phone. And I'm like, how am I going to manage all this? This is so cool how I've got this set up. You guys will love it. Absolutely love it. So let's continue. We went through that. Now, I want to go through, I don't know if you guys saw Emanuel Acho's video. And the reason I want to play Emanuel Acho's video is because it's really, really neat. And then what I can show you after Emanuel Acho's video, because it's absolutely nuts what you're going to see here. All right, so hopefully the sound is right. Let me go ahead and play Acho's video.
Take your seats, Dolphins team meeting. Now this might be my favorite team meeting yet. We're witnessing a generational offense. The most points scored in a game, 70 points since 1966. I'm going to show you what you saw, but then I'm going to tell you the intricate details that you missed. Why are the Dolphins so good? Because of disguise. Mike McDaniel, he has players moving in motion.
Just look at that. Just in your screen right there where his hand is, you've got Tua coming back facing the left. You've got two guys, I don't know if that's Alec Ingold and either Raheem or Achan, and then you've got Tyreek coming back across the other way. And he's going to explain how these guys are caught flat-footed going, what the hell am I supposed to be looking at? And you got a line giving him time.
You got Tyreek Hill going in a jet motion, then Tua, no look, flips it. But here's what I love. Patrick Surtain is in man, linebackers in man, so you got two defenders because of the motion going on in the backfield, running into each other here, trying to avoid each other, then Tua.
Look at that. Look at that. I mean, complete no-look shovel pass in the middle. If they did it last year, it didn't work like it did this time. I mean, everybody sold it.
No look. Take a look at the no look.
Look at that. Bam. You got Armstead and I think that's Lamb, number 77, just out there in front, ready to block. And this guy who's coming at Tua is on an island. He has no clue what to do.
Even better. See, Mike McDaniel with the pre-snap and post-snap motion is really manipulating linebackers on defense, but it gets better later in the game.
And I don't think enough people gave credit to Achan. I've got to get used to that. How he was open, but then when he got to like the 2 or 3, he had to run over a couple guys. Now this play there's something special going on here. I can't wait to show you this.
This is what you saw. I'm going to show you what you saw, then tell you the intricate details that you missed. Reverse goes about 30, 40 yards down the field. That's what you saw. Let me show you the intricate details that you missed. Watch this linebacker / down safety right here. Why is he going backwards? See, he's used to a jet sweep. It might be a pass. Why are you backing up? You got to show up in the run game, but he's backing up. Okay, now look at this linebacker. This linebacker is in a bind. He sees the center pulling to the right. As a linebacker, when you see pullers, you have to move with that offensive puller. But here's the problem, viewer. As the puller goes to the right, the running back is coming to the left. So watch this linebacker's feet. He doesn't go anywhere.
Now, in addition, what I want you to focus on as this goes through, he doesn't mention it. He's so enamored with the motion and how the guys are running. As an offensive lineman, I also want you to look at the blocking here.
He doesn't go anywhere. Then finally, he makes a move to the left. Meanwhile, the ball is coming to the opposite left. Mike McDaniel, a brilliant offensive mind.
Now watch this last block downfield. I hope the tape goes long enough. Okay, the guy leading the play, the one guy who's upright right now in front of Achan, I believe that's Robert Hunt. Look where he is. He's all by himself, and he's got this poor little safety about to come up and get just ass munched. Watch what happens. Boom, look at that guy right there. That's your touchdown maker. That's your touchdown maker. That guy knew he had no shot. This big old 325 plus pounder coming at you. And you are the only thing stopping this running back from scoring a touchdown. And you get obliterated. Watch him just take him all the way down. Oh, they cut it. But I got to show you a picture. Wait till you see this picture.
But then again, here it's even better. Now it's the fourth quarter. They already got 49 points. But peep Tua's footwork. See, if you're a linebacker, when Tua opens up...
Watch the offensive line again here. He's talking about footwork of Tua and Achan. Watch the offensive line, and he's going to make a little bit of a reference to it.
Like it's a pass, you have to proceed to a pass drop. Watch this linebacker as Tua opens up like it's a pass. Boom. So Tua opens up like it's a pass. So this linebacker's already pointing like, hey, big dog, we're going to get a pass. Undercut this 7 route. He's sitting here pointing, thinking it's a pass. It's not a pass. Quick shovel. Tua...
Look at that. Look at that.
Can't work, but I love this. The Dolphins beating them so bad, you got dudes blocking air. Imagine scheming up a play so well that at the goal line, which a defense must defend with all their might, ain't nobody here to block. This Dolphins offense is next level, generational. Ready, break.
All right, so you saw that. What you didn't see was what I call the aftermath, the carnage. I had somebody send me a image of that same play, and it looks like a war zone. I mean, I thought it was photoshopped at first. I'm like, there's no way that happened. There's what's the name of the band? I don't remember if it's Slipknot, Disturbed. They had the name of their song was "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor." Let the bodies hit the floor. If you guys know who that was, let me know. But damn, if this isn't "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor." Look at that. Just look at what the carnage that the Miami Dolphins left behind. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Over half their team is on their back. That explains the 70-0 right there. If you showed this picture during film room, this explains why it's 70-0. There's just bodies laying around. I'm going to leave that for a second so you can just see that and count to yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bodies laid out, completely wasted. I couldn't believe it. I just could not believe it. I'm like, I've never seen carnage like that. I mean, yeah, there's some guys out there, and over the history, there's been some great plays where some great blocking and everything. I've never seen just an entire team on their ass and flat out, face down, a whole 9 yards. I thought it was Photoshop. I'm like, dude, this can't be right. There's no way that this is real. And I looked for 3 people and I'm like, no, it's real. Then I watched the play and watched the all 22 and I'm like, man, there's bodies everywhere. It was just crazy. Oh, somebody just said it's Drowning Pool. Okay, so that's who it was. Drowning Pool was the name of the band who sang that. If you, I would get copyright strikes from YouTube if I did it, but it's called "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor." Let the bodies hit the floor. It was absolutely crazy. Yeah, look at Tua watching. Yeah. Oh, you want me to put it back up there? I don't see Tua, or that was in the actual play. Oh, wait a minute. That must be Tua. Is this guy? Hold on. Is that guy right there, Tua? Yeah, I guess that's Tua right there, looking and going. I don't know if you can see my cursor, but yeah, this is definitely Tua. That's him standing right there, like, wow. There's just bodies everywhere. I mean, how do you expect Tua to be sacked, which he wasn't, when they're just getting destroyed? I mean, I had said in my video that what's his name, Sean Payton, don't even look at the film. Just go home and start firing guys and calling free agents, because it truly was a nightmarish film. That is a nightmare. That is telling your defensive coordinator, go away. Just go away. That was their store said, I can't even do that shit in Madden. I've never seen anything like it. Never seen anything like it. Ronnie, yeah, it absolutely is next level. Hey, Joseph, what's going on? Joseph says, Greer knows more than we do. Who would have thought? Yeah, he laughed at us. And I had to give one admission last week. Last Sunday. But yeah, he said it.
I think you guys are probably more worried than we are.
You guys are more worried than we are. They knew all along where they were going with this thing. And I said this Sunday, and I almost think, say what you want, I'm beginning to think the entire jiu-jitsu thing was a head fake. I knew, from what I see right now, it appears as though Mike McDaniel in the last 7 months redesigned the entire offense. He said, I've got a problem to solve. My problem is to solve. I can't have this guy get hit. I cannot have him get hit. What can I do? Well, I'm going to have guys moving all over the field. I'm going to have him take a 2-step drop and throw it. And I'm going to tell these offensive line, just stay in the way during the pass and knock people down during the run. We don't need any jiu-jitsu, because he's never going to get hit. What's his name? Von Miller from Buffalo. He's not playing, but we saw Joey Bosa. We saw Khalil Mack. Nobody is getting close to Tua. Remember, I went through it last week, 2.2 seconds, 2.3 seconds. There's nobody who's going to get close to him if he keeps getting rid of it. And so he may have went through that entire ruse just to throw people completely off. Hey, they're going to run the same offense, and they're expecting Tua to be okay because he's doing this jiu-jitsu stuff, and he's going to be doing backflips, and so we're expecting him to get hit, so he's going to be ready and understands when he gets hit to, flip over. And Mike McDaniel said, he's never going to get hit. He's never going to be in a position to get hit. He's taking 2 steps. He's taking zip motion, jet motions. This guy's going this way. This guy's going this. If you notice during the game, and if I'm a Buffalo Bills defensive coordinator, the plays that he was running, there were probably 2 or 3 contested routes. Most of the time, these guys were wide open. That's been the theme I keep seeing, is that touchdown that Tyreek caught, there was nobody near him. They couldn't even react fast enough. Now, that's going to get tighter as the season goes on, and we'll see what Mike McDaniels does to adjust. But, my gosh, man, that was just... I've never seen anything like it. And you don't really even have to throw it deep. People said, obviously, they've said it many times, Tua is the noodle arm. He can't throw it deep. He can throw a halo. And these guys are wide open. Even Mike White. Mike White didn't put a zipper to Robbie Chosen. The thing floated, looked like a punt, but there was nobody there. I've never seen so many passes with nobody around. Like I said, there were a couple contended passes that Tyreek ran, but for the most part, even without Jalen Waddle, there was nobody covering these guys. They were so far behind. Let's see, Howell locks. You talk about Sam Howell. Howell locks onto his first receiver and holds the ball. See, Washington barely beat Denver. Yeah, okay. Let's see what else we got here. No, I don't. Right now, I didn't think I would ever say this. I don't think Micah Parsons can get to Tua. Never thought I would say that. Philadelphia, you got Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter right there coming up the middle. Again, by the time you take those couple steps, the ball's gone. Until someone can defeat that and make Mike McDaniel come out of that scheme, I don't know what you do. I've talked to friends of mine. I've talked to people who coach. I'm like, how do you stop this when nobody is able to get anywhere near the quarterback? His uniform is completely white. He's not even hitting the ground at all. It's amazing. That's the only word I can use. Micah only got to Arizona quarterback once, Mike Litter says. McDaniel he's a genius, an absolute genius in what he's been doing. To me, I don't know how long an interference penalty. You can't stop them. Don't know what they're going to have to do. I would almost say, hey, listen, I'm going to have to put somebody like Philadelphia. I've got a stud defensive line, and maybe those guys can concentrate on stopping the run, so I can put 7 defensive backs in there. Maybe I think that may be what we begin to see is athletes at every position back there. Yep. Like I said, 3-3-5. I'm not sure. I think you still got to keep 4 to keep the run honest. But maybe 4 with a couple safeties playing linebacker instead of actual linebackers. But yeah, what an amazing game indeed. Oh, are you having audio issues, John? Wait a minute. Let me check the stream. Can you hear me now? I've got a yellow. Can you hear me? Hello. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Okay, that's my stream. I'm not sure what's going on. It's still strong. I'm looking for it. There's a color code spectrum. We live in a